Most entertaining sport in the world. I'm not surprised. Let's get right into it.
Hey fight fans, it's Ray back for the MMA Guys. I know a lot of times, with our dear late friend Dr. Thomas Tron and my buddy Tommy, who's no longer with us, Nick, Rob, Jerry, Gojira, we like to have a lot of fun on the podcast. But today's not one of those days. Something serious has happened in the world of MMA this weekend. Not since the U.S. Olympic hockey team dethroned the Soviets during the Cold War. Not since Jackie Robinson broke the race barrier. Not since Buster Douglas did the unthinkable and beat Mike Tyson. There is some for what happens when an unstoppable object meets an immovable force. I think I got that backwards, but that's not the point. What I'm trying to tell you is that this weekend, it is the biggest fight of all time. And it's not Colby versus Dos Anjos. It's not GSP versus Anderson Silva. It's not Chris Weidman 2. It's not Chuck Liddell. It's not Randy Couture. The legitimate old guard of MMA, the person who put this sport on the map, Phil CM Brooks, is going to defend his title. Does he have a title?
No.
Phil Brooks is going to defend his honor as the greatest fighter of all time versus the relatively unknown, but he's undefeated, right, Mike Jackson?
No, he's only 0-1.
Mike Jackson has given us hits like it doesn't matter if you're black or white. Remember the time? As a matter of fact, I thought that he passed away several years ago, but he didn't. He came out of that cryogenic chamber and came back to fight MMA in the biggest pay-per-view event of all time. Phil CM Punk Brooks versus Mike Jackson Esquire, the Twitter troll. Is it probable that these two men are going to leave it all in the ring? Yes. Is it possible that they're going to put on the greatest fight of all time? Yes. Is it plausible? Probably. What I can tell you is that for $59.95, if you order an HDTV, or $49.95 if you want to use standard operating television, or for free, which none of us would ever do because you want to go on frontrowsports.com, we are going to see the biggest sporting event of all time. John Cena will be there, Shaquille O'Neal, Woody Allen, Justin Bieber, the cast of The Jersey Shore, Real World Season 7, except for the blonde guy that died. In all seriousness, I want to tell you right now, when Phil Brooks took on the legendary Mickey Gall, he showed us exactly what he was made of. He overcommitted with that one overhand right. Mickey Gall slid underneath and landed a mediocre takedown, but Phil Brooks took it like a champ. He lost half of his ear in that fight, and he went out punching, and we saw that Pepsi-Cola tattoo, punch it up into the air for freedom, and there is not a single person that I want to spend money to see fight more than Phil Brooks. What's great about this is every time we're sitting outside of a TGI Fridays on a Friday night and that one guy who hates his wife and doesn't get to see his kids, just doesn't know how to handle that $5.95 margarita, gets in a barroom brawl, gets in a fight outside of his F-150. When you see two men who have absolutely no idea what they're doing, engaging in fisticuffs, hand-to-hand combat, the essence of man, this is what MMA is about. It's not about jiu-jitsu. It's not about wrestling. It's not about crisp boxing and overhand rights, slipping punches, rolling underneath. It's not about the blood, sweat, and tears that you spend to earn the right to have the cardio to go 25 minutes in the championship rounds. It's about two men who don't know what they're doing on national TV in board shorts, leaving it all in the ring. My prediction for this fight, I would love to see a double knockout, and I want to see these two guys in the hospital next to each other holding thumbs up so they get to have a grudge match in a gym that no one gets to see. Not since Rocky Balboa and Apollo Creed have we seen such an imaginary fight as we're going to see this Saturday, fight fans.
It's going to be a shit show. Make a prediction with a straight face.
A prediction with a straight face. This right here tells you what MMA is all about, fight fans. I love the sport. I love jiu-jitsu. I love boxing. This one's for the guys. You know, this one's a fun fight to watch. I'm going to be rooting for Phil Brooks. This guy was making a cool $500,000 a year fighting in the WWE. Mike Jackson's a guy who's a professional photographer. There's nothing cooler than two guys getting to do what they want to do, especially in front of a large group of people. Segue into the theme song from Remember the Titans to keep the epic proportion, brought to you by the likes of Hans Zimmer. I do think that this is fun. You know, imagine if like the local guy from your jiu-jitsu gym in town got a last-minute call to fight on pay-per-view versus another. I think that Phil Brooks is just a little bit too old. I don't think he has the explosive athletic ability to deal with the likes of a Mike Jackson. Mickey Gall said he's with him. This whole prediction video, I'm going to leave you without a prediction because this fight doesn't deserve a prediction. It simply deserves to be watched, enjoyed, nay, endured. The fact that it's on the pay-per-view card is insane. Not yet, Jerry. I have more. Lots of hand gestures in the background. So I tell you what, if Phil Brooks beats Mike Jackson, he is a mere 8 fights away from a possible title eliminator. So this fight has ramifications, has implications far deeper than what we're going to see this Saturday. As a matter of fact, I might stop watching after that fight. I don't even care what happens with Robert Whittaker and Yoel Romero. I want to see the biggest fight of all time. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. This is fucking stupid. Cut the tape.
It's your show, man.
All right, fight fans, for Ray and the MMA guys, shout out to Jerry, Rob, Nick, Brad, sometimes Jordan, and a guy who holds a dear place in my heart, the late, great Tommy D. May he rest in peace. It's good to see you guys again. Hopefully you catch us live this weekend on a Fight Companion. We're going to live stream. You guys know I answer your questions. We might do a call-in again. And just so you know, we're going to have a fictitious prize this month. I'm going to lie to your face right now and say whoever leaves a comment, subscribes, is going to get to win a 2018 Corvette Z06. It's really not going to happen, but I'm going to look you dead in the eye and I'm going to tell you that it is. So if you subscribe, give us a thumbs up, a like, spam the shit out of the comment section. Even if you know someone in Thailand who's offering discount erectile dysfunction medication, put it in the comments below. Get us trending on Twitter. I want to dethrone the likes of, what's that, Joe Hogan guy?
Something like that.
Yeah, whatever. And in the words of Joey Diaz, if you use ranch on your wings, fuck your mother, cocksucker. We're out.